the Ardbeg Blaaack Committee 2010 Anniversary Limited Edition. But how will it do with the best of the core range? Let's find out. Welcome to another episode of Erik Wait Whiskey Studies, and in this video I'm going to go head to head with the Ardbeg Blaaack Committee 20th Anniversary Limited Edition with the Ardbeg Corryvreckan. Arguably the best of the core range, although some people prefer the Uigeadail, which we will do in our next video. So whenever there's a new kid on the block in Ardbeg, questions that people have are, is it worth the money? Because they tend to be a little bit more expensive. And how will it do against the core range, those bottles which are more readily available, widely distributed, and definitely more affordable? So the Ardbeg core range includes the now wee beastie 5-year-old, the 10-year-old, and Oa, the Uigeadail, and the Corryvreckan, and the Trayvon, the 19-year-old, which is a very high-end, very expensive whiskey, which I've already reviewed. So in this video and in the next, I'm going to go up against which are the two arguably best of the core range from Ardbeg. All right, let's get into this. But before we do, here are my notes. The Ardbeg Corryvreckan was aged in unknown cask. It's bottled at 57.1% alcohol by volume, and on average sells for about $90 here in the United States. The Ardbeg Blaaack Committee 20th Anniversary Limited Edition was aged in Pinot Noir cask from New Zealand. It is bottled at 46% alcohol by volume, and while you may find a few here for about $110, on average I've been seeing them for anywhere between $130 and $150 in the United States. Alrighty, so visually they look very similar. They have that sort of medium intensity copper gold character with a little bit of bronze in there as well on the nose. Ooh. Now the challenge with the Corryvreckan is we don't know what casks are used, and it's a higher ABV, which actually makes it a better competitor. But what the 46, the Ardbeg Blaaack Committee 20th Anniversary Edition, long title. What it's going to be really challenged with this is not just the quality of the whiskey itself, but the price value. You know, what's the quality price value going up against the Corryvreckan? Because reality is, the Corryvreckan and the Uigeadail are really excellent values. Immediately, I mean, they both have really intense smoke. Both have a lot of chocolate, caramels. Almost, the chocolate's almost going into a fudge. There's a slight red jammy note that shows up on the black. There is more spice to the Corryvreckan. I would say the black has more of a nuttiness on the back end, but both have that salty sea breeze character. Loads of caramels. The intensity of the flavor is actually fairly similar. In some respects, the black is showing a little bit of youth. I hadn't noticed it before, but when comparing it with the Corryvreckan, it's showing just a little bit of youth going on there. There's also something I hadn't picked up before, just a little bit of that sort of mint eucalyptus character on the black. The Corryvreckan is a little darker, a little earthier, a little bit more savory. So what we're experiencing, the Corryvreckan is about halfway. The Ardbeg Blaaack here is just below the shoulder. The Corryvreckan has been open a lot longer. So there's different traits coming through just by the fact of how long they've been open. I'm spending a lot more time on the nose in a video than I normally would. which doesn't necessarily make for exciting viewing, but I'm trying to be really, really honest and really explore the whiskeys as they are. If you have a bottle of the Corryvreckan and you pick up a bottle of the Ardbeg Blaaack 46, highly, highly, highly do this same experience at home. Try the Corryvreckan and the Uigeadail along with the Ardbeg Blaaack and see how they fare. The Ardbeg Blaaack is showing a little bit, I'm talking like, these are minor nuances. These aren't like major differences. These are minor nuances that you really got to focus and pay attention to pick up on the differences. But by repeatedly going back and forth between the two, the differences start to become clearer as to how distinct they are from each other. You're not smelling the exact same thing. I gotta say, and I don't want to prejudge the whiskeys because I haven't gone the palate yet. Thus far, I'm just a minor edge. I'm enjoying the Corryvreckan on the nose a little bit more. A little bit more intensity. I like that spice that is there. It seems a little bit more savory to it, and there is now just a little bit of youth showing up on the Ardbeg Blaaack. Of course, we don't know how long either of these are aged. We don't know what the average or the minimum age is on either of these. All right, on the palate. An absolutely superb whiskey. If you watch my previous videos, you already know what I think of it. Absolutely fantastic. The evolution and the development from the front to the middle and to the finish is absolutely superb. That sort of, it's like a smoked cherry strawberry jam shifting to a chocolate, vanilla, caramels, that saltiness, and there's this sort of a salty peanut character shows up on the back end, and the smoke and the peat is really interwoven really, really well. Let's drink a little bit of water. All right, the Corryvreckan. Wow. One more. These two are absolutely superb whiskeys. Saying which one's your favorite, it's almost like saying, you know, if you have multiple children, you know, which one's your favorite child? What I put forth as my favorite right now, what I think is the best, could change if I did this review again tomorrow. Or if I did it blind and I didn't know what was what. But Corryvreckan, I would say one of its defining characteristics is that distinctive spice note. I don't think I would mistake it for a black. Likewise, on the front of the Ardbeg Blaaack is that fruit character that's sort of up front. Wow. The caramels, the vanillas, the richness of the Corryvreckan, and now the spice, it doesn't just like show up on the back end. It runs all the way from the front to the middle and into the finish. Love the development. I love the balance. The Corryvreckan, you know, when you first have it, it seems like maybe like a punch in the face. But as you begin to get past the shoulder, it actually starts to take on notes of elegance and finesse. It becomes a more and more refined whiskey. Absolutely superb. All right. So let's summarize the differences. A little bit more fruit, red fruit up front, more spice. A little bit more youth, particularly I would say in the mid palate that I didn't notice before. Similar smoke character, similar peat character, similar salty character, some similar nuttiness character, similar levels of sweetness, similar in terms of length of finish. Qualitatively, they are on par with each other. I would say the quality of these two is the same. The primary difference then is a few flavor notes that you're going to get on the Corryvreckan that you're not getting on the black, or vice versa. A little bit more red fruit and a little bit more spice. But the development, the balance, the progression from the front to the middle and into the finish, both of these is absolutely superb. What's going to break the deal between the two is obvious: the price. The price. Still under $100, the Corryvreckan. Price is probably around 90 bucks on average, I would say, here in the USA. Prices can range and vary a lot from state to state. When I give you prices, you know, if you say, well, over here in Idaho, we get this. Well, over here in, you know, in Manchester, we get that. I understand that. Well, in Canada, we get this. I understand that. I'm looking at USA prices, and I'm looking at an average and range of prices across the United States, right? So that's where my price base comes from. But I would say, bang for buck, quality price ratio, the Corryvreckan beats the Ardbeg Blaaack Committee 20th Anniversary Limited Edition. You're getting more for your money, a little bit more, just a little bit more, and you're saving a lot of money. You're getting absolutely superb whiskey. Now, if you have a bottle of the Corryvreckan and you love it, does that mean you shouldn't run out and get a bottle of the Ardbeg Blaaack? No, especially if you're not. If you're an Ardbeg fan, buy a bottle. It's a different experience. An absolutely fantastic whiskey. One you really don't want to miss out on. I think it's a bottle. You know, buy a bottle. I'm going to buy more bottles that I can find, but at least buy one bottle because I think you absolutely love this. What would I give these in terms of a score? You know, both of these are around the 92, 93 range. Absolutely superb whiskeys. Alrighty, we got another bottle coming up, and I think there's going to be a bigger difference between the two. In my next video, we're going to go the Ardbeg Blaaack, a little stuttering there, the Ardbeg Blaaack Committee 20th Anniversary. We're going to go up against the Udall, which has more of a sherry influence. And I'm really looking forward to see how I like that. I go back and forth between Corryvreckan and Udall in terms of which is my favorite. It just matters of what, am I in the mood for more spice, or am I in the mood for more of a sherry note? That's the big difference between those two. But we're going to see how that goes in the next video. All right, if you subscribe to this channel, I want to thank you very much. If you're one of my Patreons, I want to thank you very much. If you like what you're seeing here and you want to join my little group and support the channel, consider becoming a Patreon. And if you like my videos but you have not yet subscribed, please do by clicking the bell down below. Subscribe, and you'll be notified when I go live or post a new video. All right, until next time, cheers. Hey, don't forget to subscribe and check out these other whiskey videos.